Well, there's a lot of big cases that are happening in hip hop right now, some of which you've actually touched upon on your Instagram page. But I want to go ahead and recap them for people that may not have followed you on there. Um, One of the big cases is NBA Youngboy, and I mean, this guy is so loved in the industry, but he's always getting in trouble. Like I remember originally when he was first coming out, I think he had like a murder charge that he ended up beating. And through that time, there was always an arrest here, domestic violence there, and so forth. But it's now culminated in a situation where I guess there was a video shoot and they had found some guns. And he is now sitting in jail with no bail or no bond right now. So explain to everyone legally what led up to this and what's happening right now.
So Youngboy, the big charge on him was a couple years ago. They're in Louisiana. Him and his boy are in the back of a car. They both got, I think it was a Glock, might have been some other pistol or a handgun on them. They pop out the car. There's other vehicles on the street. They're in a beef with somebody else, and these two guys pop out and they start popping off. Multiple rounds of gunfire in daylight on a street with other members of the public sitting in their car. He gets arrested on that, and he ends up taking something called a 10-year deferred probation sentence. Basically, they're saying, we're sentencing you to 10 years. We're going to put you on probation, however, so you're not going to serve any of that time. And if you violate, then you do the 10 years. And when the judge gave him that, she said, son, you're very lucky you're a bad shot. Because if you had hit anyone, there is no chance that you would avoid jail time. You would get significant jail time. And so he got out on that. And from there, you saw him get put back into home confinement. And that was when the judge said he violated. And that, you know what, I'm going to bring you back in. You've been getting into beefs at your show. There's this video of you at a hotel dragging a girl. There's just too much. You're not following the terms of your probation. I'm going to bring you back in. So anyway, they put him on the home confinement. He's like on house arrest for a couple months. Judge brings him back in. She's like, all right, you're cleaning this up. We're going to let you off probation. And this is when he was in that brown suit and he was in the back of the truck. It's a great video. I love that video. And so he gets out, he's off, he's clean on the probation. He's all good. He's all good. And he said, I'm leaving Louisiana. And he did. He bought a spot out in Utah. He had a place out in Cali. And then he got caught up in this. And he got caught up in this, which a lot of rappers got caught up on. I could name them. It's just so many. A Boogie, 5EO Foreign. There's so many of these guys. Lil TJ caught one of these. Just possession of an illegal handgun. So there's 10 big name rappers just this year who've caught and why, right? Because rappers need a gun on them. They need it on them. They cannot walk around. If you're alone, you can't walk around without it on you if you're in the rap game right now because you're from the street, you're affiliated, and now you're just a rapper. And so they got it on him. They're catching these charges. Youngboy catches a charge in the worst way because he has a felony record, right? He pled guilty when he went out that car and popped off those shots in Louisiana. He got that 10-year probation sentence. But he pled guilty, so he's got that felony record under the federal law. It's a very simple, bright line rule. Felon in possession. You cannot have a handgun if you have a violent felony. This man has a violent felony. Now check this out. He's not walking around with the gun on him. Instead, he's shooting a music video. And what was happening at the music video is they're just shooting it outside in kind of a nice neighborhood. I think it was maybe outside one of his homes. And the neighbors or somebody sees what's going on. This is according to the cops. Maybe they're just following him. I don't know. Maybe they're just following him. But according to the cops, somebody calls in a tip and says, yo, there's a couple kids out here. Looks like they got guns on them. And so now the cops have what? They have probable cause to go and search these people because a report has been called in that we've seen people with guns. So the cops search the scene and they round up 13, 14 handguns. Several of these handguns have adjustments on them. So they got a handle on it that makes it easier to kind of do automatic. It's not an automatic gun, but now the recoil is less and you could pop off. They've got these extended drums. So it's like a 50-round drum, 100-round drum. Cops take all those guns. They get some money, they get some drugs, and then they start asking people all right, whose guns are these? People do a pretty good job of, claiming guns.